Hi, sweetheart. So, we are doing another love reading, and that's kind of course, with me. Most of them are love readings, it seems, but it's not all of them. But one of the cards actually. Oh, okay. This just fell out from the deck. So this is a boat. It's this right collective right now, and this is prominent for you guys. Right now, you are, well, you're on a journey. You're starting a journey, but I'm sorry, but like, is this the same collective that I just tapped into? I was trying to cleanse. We'll just continue. We're just going to continue, okay? This might be the same collective, it might be a different collective. If you fit, it fits. So, the story has to fit. Otherwise, there might be a message here, like a general message here for you, if you felt compelled to click in, and if you feel compelled to stay. But the details have to fit. They might not fit precisely as I speak them, but somehow it resonates with you, okay? What more? There was something else, and it was kind of important. It's just my normal disclaimer that we're doing here. Doesn't really matter. Let's continue. So, this right collective. Yes, of course. It might not... No, I just said that. I might not say it as you would have. It doesn't matter. Boat, right collective. You are... Just gonna read it. Receive what you need. Progression arriving. Moving on and closure issues. That was the collective before. Those had closure issues because of martyrdom and whatnot. But for this one, I'm not feeling or sensing anything of that. When I'm tapping into this card, I'm sensing this like opening up kind of freedom, which is beautiful. So we have that, and that just defined this collective. Like, this is a very important feeling, but also mindset of this collective, like the right collective. You've like, in the last collective, I'm referring to it for a reason. So yes, it might actually be connected, and it might be almost then a continuation. What would happen if the collective that I just read were to move on? Then this would happen. Perhaps. Or also, you could be a collective that has gone through what this other collective is going through. And because you chose to leave, because the other collective hasn't actually they are stuck at this crossroads, which is important. So this other collective, they haven't actually chosen to move on, but they could, but they don't, and they haven't. So for this collective, you've already chosen it. That's extremely important. So let's just see then, for this right collective, what's in your current energy? What's going on? What's your story? It is a love reading because I reached for these black ones. I only use them for love readings. You can use them for other things as well, but I don't. So just like, give me a second. Okay, for this right collect passion. Oh my god, it felt straight. Like, that was a good jump. It fell straight on top of the boat. So we got passion here now. Nice, you're receiving that because you chose to move on though. So right now you're feeling insane chemistry and you like each other equally and you're having fun. I'm feeling that's someone else because you chose to move on. You're going to get your wish fulfilled, because that was the thing with the last collective as well. If they chose to stay, they would be sacrificing their wish fulfillment. That was just a consequence. Oh, wow. Look at this, though. It's just falling out. Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, I'm getting like... So, we had this one coming out upside down. And it was kind of almost like in the past. So like before passion and the boat. sort of. But this is attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interferences. I'm feeling like you're moving away from... Again, I am sensing that higher love thing. Like you're moving away from what's basically just a distraction at this point, and towards what for you will bring you life, like your ultimate wish fulfillment. That's what you're moving towards. And you're moving away from all of the other things, like playing games and potentially third-party hookups, like in drama. You're moving away from the drama. But you also got this one, and this was on the kind of like a future aspect then. So this was on the right side of the whole like passion and the boat. And that was clock. And I'm instantly hearing divine timing and rush and all of that. But here, so needs time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. But the time is now. Or I'm hearing the time is nigh, or something like that. The night is nigh. Like it's some Shakespearean stuff. Like it's happening now. It's happening right here and now. Because that's also when it should be happening. So it's kind of like a continuation. It's like either this is that part of the collective, of the last collective, that chose, yeah, you know what, I heard this and I'm just like charging on, which is beautiful, which is nice. Or this is a collective that has gone through the exact same thing as the last collective. Like you guys are very connected. But if it is, then congratulations, you are in the emperor mode and everything. Like you should continue on with the exact same thing that you're doing, because you're the phoenix now. New face, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth. I want to say growth mindset, and also changed mind. Doesn't matter. You're a phoenix. You're through the passion is what I'm sensing here. It's the ring of fire. It's not the song, but this one for me, it looks like a ring of fire, but in a heart shape, and it's like the phoenix is like emerging from that. So it's through working alongside your desires and your passion, and also not viewing it as something negative or something to be scared of. So it's more you finally viewing what you desire, and also walking through the fire. But you're viewing what you desire. Oh, so that was you walking through the fire. You are viewing what you desire as an actual guiding light now. It's not something to be scared of. And to get to that point has not been easy for you. So that was part of you walking through your fire, actually. And as a result, passion, the fiery passion, truthfully is phoenixing you, or has been. It either has or is currently, or very soon will. Nah, no, yes, but no. It's happening now. It's happening right here and now, just due to how these cards ended up. Because this one ended up at the very bottom. So it's like it's below the passion and the boat, but then it's in between the upside down seduction and clock. So you gave up all of that other stuff that was just you going around in like a very harmful loop for yourself, and what you actually deserve in love, and what you actually wanted in love. It's not that the other stuff was bad or anything like that, but it wouldn't be bringing you peace, and it wouldn't be bringing you any clarity, and it wasn't what you wanted, more importantly. And then it's also now. The process is not in the future, so it's either now or it's happened because you did these choices and you were also proactive. Yeah, 100%. Okay, I'm just going to see if there's anything more that wants to pop out with this, okay? We're just establishing the collective. Whoa, all of these things. No, we can't have all of them. It's just show your hands, show your cards. Oh yeah, that was also something with the other collective. So the cards just dropped out and they fanned out. None of them are usable, but it's the song that I can't remember. It's the lay it down, lay it down, let me see your hand, show me what you've got. You're always playing, but you're not. Something, it doesn't match your face. It's about showing your cards then and your hand, like you've decided to go all in. Stopped playing games. And there's something about the passion rebirthing you, which is gorgeous. Okay, but then we have that. Where do we want to go from here? Let's see. I want to see what's going on though. Because this is your story. This has to fit. But what's going on right now? Let's just do it very simple. No, we're not going to do it very simple. We're going to do it with these. Ha! Yes, it's the... what are these called? The shuffled tarot, I think. They're gorgeous. And they are so... full of symbolism, I'm going to say. Since they are... Oh, whoa, whoa. And this just fell out. Oh, there's a hidden one, even. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, you can't, because I didn't show you. Wait. The energy is very different than this one. It's kind of like... this collective that actually chose to go through with this. You're heading towards something exciting. I can sense. But it's like you could breathe afterwards as well. Because you made the choice and you started walking the walk. That's very gorgeous. Continue on doing that. Like walk the walk and do the choices and all of the other things. So, anywho, what you got firstly, just fell out. What you got firstly was this one. So this is 9 of Wands, but as you can see, it also combines it with the 9 of Coins. So this is about persevering for something that was worth persevering for. And you went through the pain. Look at the bloody hand. Like, it's... I'm not swearing. There's blood on the hand. Look at this. Because this person took off the gloves. So they are actually feeling the pain walking through the fire. Yes, of course, it's the Phoenix thing. And it's also a bird that's causing this. Well, this is you right now. So you're the Phoenix. And through the Phoenix, you're also getting your... individuality, you're individualizing, and abundance. Yes, and abundance. You're also on the path now, at least, to create your very own abundance as you want it to be created and as you want it to look like in all aspects of your life. You're materializing it, and you are materializing it based on what makes you burn in the most positive of ways. Yes. It's not like burning out or anything like that. It's quite literally, it lights your fire. So you feel alive. And there is no reason why feeling alive should not be combined or could not be combined with also feeling peaceful. The thing is, if you can't feel peaceful, then your nervous system is activated and you can't actually feel anything but fight, flight, survival. You're in survival mode. So happiness will be fleeting. Calmness is extremely fleeting. Joy is fleeting. Actually listening to your body and feeling your body is not really there, because that's not very practical. You're in survival mode. So that's where you'll be focusing on, surviving. Okay. Then you also had this, and this was interesting because there's actually a boat here. Look at that. Like the boat is floating away. There's lots of waves there though. And this one is 2 of Cups. But let me think a little bit out, because this is 2 of Cups, but he has dropped one of the cups, which has also spilled out. And the waves are high. So this is like emotional and whatnot. That's not what I'm sensing though. What I'm sensing is Oh, and it's also Two of Wands, by the way. That's getting ready for the journey, but it hasn't yet started, right? So you're looking out at the boats, like could potentially take you on this really cool and exciting thing. But what I'm sensing here is that you've already done that choice, of course, because we know when there's a boat. So you've done that choice, meaning there was also a choice, of course, because the crossroads in the last, like this collective, you probably maybe at least should be looking into the last reading. If you want to know, sort of, why it is a wonderful choice, because you're not getting stuck if you feel called to it. Like there might be a message in there for you. I'm not saying there is, because you've already moved in a certain direction at that crossroads, which is amazing. But there might be, who knows. Anywho, and I love your energy. This is so much more. The other energy was so heavy. I felt so tired, and now I'm so energized. I love that you've made a choice. That's gorgeous. And that's also really relevant for this collective. You have made a choice. I can sense it in all of me. It's just its clarity. It's not that you know exactly how to do this moving on process, like moving from point A to point B to take on this new journey that you've decided to walk or to take upon you. But it doesn't really matter, because you still feel that clarity of knowing that you are walking down your path. So you will get like those tiny emotional, at the very least, like hunches that yes, this is correct, this is good, this is me, which is lovely again. But it's also the whole, like with the waves and stuff, which is very emotional. Like you're just there are lots of emotions, but they're not, it's almost a different way of interpreting anxiety, I want to say. And I'm saying this because they feel the same, but what we put into the way that we interpret, or the interpretation basically, decides how we end up categorizing the emotion. For example, if you have stage fright, then it's the same feeling as if you're very excited to go up and get up on that stage and do the thing, right? It's the same thing, but it's all about how am I framing it. And this is being framed in a lovely way. It's like, yeah, I don't know where to put my feet. And yeah, I don't really know how to push this forward, but I don't care. It feels wonderful. This is gorgeous. Okay. So that's where you're at right now. You're heading in a very good direction. So then what I would like to know, because it is a love reading, is, are you moving towards, what are you moving towards? Yeah, what are you moving towards? Feel like it's everything. It's like, it's not just love, it's, you're really moving towards everything. You're moving towards very much a new possibility. In general, we're going to be using liniment actually. Wait 1 second. Because, like, are these the right way? Yes. Because these liniment things will spell it out for us, and for some reason I feel like spelling it out, which I've never said before. So that might be a thing for this collective. Everything I say is of importance and relevance, okay? To each and every reading, and each and every reading is also timeless. Let me just see here. So, this collective, Where are you kind of heading now? In general, from the universe's perspective. The star, you're following your northern star. It jumped over there. It's not supposed to be there, but we're going to keep it there. So you are now... Oh, you didn't get to see it. Of course not. Huh. You are moving towards hope, and you're moving towards dreams, and you're moving towards healing. And you're guiding yourself via the right star for you to follow now. This is your northern light. No, northern star was what I was going to say, not northern light. But yeah, I feel called to read this for some reason. Everything I said stands, but just let's see, it's written in Danish, so I have to translate it. Yeah, a new exciting journey with wish fulfillment. So then you're also guided by hope. Yeah, it also says that. It's like it's talking about the original of what like Lenneman could be used to as a game, and it was called A Game of Hope or something like that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Following your own star. Oh, this might be relevant. Being held in high regards. Translated, that would mean that, but it's like being home. It sounds weird in English when you say it like this, but the saying that I translated as being held in high regard was specifically talking about like being held up high as a star, sort of. But it meant being held in high regards. So it's also, I am sensing, you're moving towards a position in life in general where you will now feel like you can hold yourself in high regard. So you're kind of like living truthfully then. As well as a more general thing, like because you hold yourself in high regard, which is what you do when you follow values, your northern star, right? So you follow your values, you follow your mission, you follow the things that truthfully kind of aligns with you, is what I want to say. But it's more, you figure out who you are, and you're not getting stuck in like an ego perception of who you are. It's not like, oh, I am this person, like I am a police officer, let's say that, like I am a police officer, and so because of that I am like this and that, and I cannot blah blah blah, or I don't know, like an influencer or like stuff like that, right? But that's just limiting, and that's just you putting on a persona and a mask. However, if you've been going internally and you've been figuring out what feels good and what does not feel good, like when I do this, I feel good. When I do that, I feel bad. I feel like I'm acting against what I kind of want to be. And when people do this towards me, I feel bad because I feel like they're acting against what might have actually been boundaries, or where there should have been boundaries. Maybe. Stuff like that. I lost my trail. I have no idea why we were talking about this right now. Which means it's time to move on. We're doing that. We're still dealing with these though, or we're still dealing with these. So the star card, that's important. And that's very now, very current. So for this, I would like to offer more insight. I'd like the pyramid shape that I usually use, thank you. And I want to know what's like the journey now. Thank you. So, the first one. First right collector, we want the journey now. From now on and moving forward. Oh, this actually turned itself around. I don't take them. I'm sorry. I don't actually read these upside down, but if they turn, and I feel like they should, then they get to remain. And that was the cross. I'll show you. So that was the cross. That's our starting point. You are walking away from things that you were willingly, like, these are chores and commitments, and I'm going to say also like inherited or indoctrinated ways of holding yourself back, because it's that would be all of the should and should not. That would be the things that you inherit from your parents and family, or well, also, for example, religious stuff could be bringing this with it. So there's also that aspect to it. But it's stuff that you've chosen, consciously or unconsciously, to carry along with you. But you've also chosen to do so because it did hold some sort of value. And it was not comfortable. This is like Jesus walking around with his cross and being like, yeah, I'm going to go over there and just like be crossed. But, you know, it's kind of worth it. That's what this is. So you kind of release that mindset. And honestly, I find that very healthy. You don't have to be a martyr in this life. You don't. Okay, let's see where we are continuing though. So the cross has been released. What's, didn't actually jump out. Cross has been released. Continue on, thank you. And one more card. I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it doesn't want to get it, that's like oh, it's just jumping all over the place. You got the moon, which landed right by the star, actually. But then it also makes up the entire first row, although it's just very spaced apart. We're going to go with that. So the first then would be the cross that's turned upside down. And then there's the moon, so you started listening to your actual emotions and whatnot. And also it's reflecting. It's reflecting whatever it is that is kind of shining onto it. So in the past, you had all of this shining onto you. And that was where you were reflecting. So it was lots of pain and sacrificing yourself. And there was not a lot of joy here. I'm sorry, but there wasn't. It's like, it's not a joyous thing to be carrying your cross up towards the place where you're supposed to be crossed. That's not joy. That's I had to do it because my father told me so. Kind of. And then now instead where you are reflecting is all of your hope and like your desire and all of the things that we talked about with like starting at least to getting to know yourself and what it is that you do want to reflect out into the world. So it's not just, well, I kind of had to. Well, that's how my life looked. Well, that was my past. Well, mommy and daddy told me I had to carry on this cross thingy and then get crossed because, you know, like people need absolution, it seems. And I'm the dude. But you're just like, nah, I don't. That's like, if my mother and father wants that, they can do it themselves. Like I'm not going to reflect that. Instead, I'm going to reflect my northern star. So I'm also going to figure out what my northern star is. Sorry, which you've done, and you're still doing it, but you've done that because you're in the whole like you era. Finally, I'm saying finally for a reason, but I don't know what it is. Anywho, so that's kind of what we have now. I want to see what kind of lies beneath it. So if we can get more cards, we're continuing with this formation. So give me one more card. This would be the card between the cross and the moon, if we get it. Whoa. Okay. Yes. So it was communication. It was also a bit slow-moving communication. I'm going to have to say that because it's letters. It could be a physical letter. It could be an email. It could be a text. It could be like a chat. It could be anything. Communication. Any way that you would actually be communicating. But of course, it could also be phone calls. But I'm thinking it is the written word somehow. And communication. Something has been... You've been communicating. And through that communication, you've found... I'm hearing this song because I've started a different reader's reading. I have started it several times. I've never looked through it for no good reason. It didn't. Like, I've always been distracted. But she's quoting, "I found a reason for me to change who I wanna be." That song, it's a very old song. Well, it's not that old, but it is old. That song is coming to mind. So it's something with this, because this communication made you aware of this. You might not have been aware that you were basically your cross. That was your identity. So because that was sort of your unconsciously fell into identity. That's also what you were reflecting out into the world, but you didn't want to do that. And you figured that out through this communication with someone. Or, no, it's someone. It's someone. I was going to be like, maybe it was like a book or something like that, but I feel like this is communication. And it's like slow moving. Could also be therapy, of course. I'm sensing that could be that, because that would also be something that would be slow moving. But it could be with a friend, or it could be with, like, it could be with anyone. Point is, communication was relevant for this. And so, let's move on. Oh, whoa. Okay, this one is emotional depth and also emotional abundance and abundance in general. Because fishes give you material abundance as well, you know. You can eat and you can sell it, and then you can like maybe start a business if you want to. But this fell on top of the star. So what I'm sensing is that this is not no, it is connected to it. It's just that, okay, you're going to get this. You're going to get this. The emotional depth and abundance, and also material abundance. If you continue on walking down this road, you're going to have to do the walk, you know, or the sailing in your case, because you have boats all over the place. Boats can be a bit slow moving as well. I mean, it's not an airplane, but at the same time, I'm not sensing this is extremely slow. It's more, I'm more sensing the whole like adventurous spirit. You know, setting off sail, isn't that like a terminology? Something like that. Anyway, that's what I'm sensing here, is that you're going to get all of that, but, and this is relevant, this is then to be placed next to the letter card, Meaning, through this communication, you've learned to see your own emotional depth, but also kind of what you want and what you're lacking and what you're missing in your life. And that started bleeding into your kind of what you were. No, yes, but it's more that this is now actually shaping and part of the things that you are reflecting out into the world. And it is also your Northern Star. So it was kind of the thing that kicked you in your butt and made you go, wait, I don't want to be what I was. I want to be this instead. I want to be a glorious fish. That's where you ended up after really getting into this communication. Yes. And although this is your motivation, it's your hope, and it's your Northern Star and whatnot, the universe would just also like for you to know that, yes, you're getting it. It's not just there to make you walk quicker. It's there to tell you that, well, if you do walk, not necessarily quicker, but just like so long as you stay consistent here. And energy changes as you change, you know. So if you start dilly-dallying, taking shortcuts, I wasn't going to say that, so that's absolutely important for some reason, but not taking, it's like you have to do the thing properly. And you can't be moving back and forth and back and forth. You're no longer at a crossroads. You made that choice. And because you made that choice, and so long as you remain faithful to that choice, with all decisions that you make, it's kind of like you should be waking up now every day and remind yourself of what it is that, where it is that you're heading. And then every single day you do something that brings you closer physically, because the journey has already started. You're no longer planning. You're already on the boat, sailing around, being super independent and whatnot. Yeah. Okay, and then in this pyramid shape, there's actually supposed to be one more. Oh, and when I place it like that, because I have to place it a bit weirdly too. I had to place it on top of the phoenix to get it to be placed where it should be in the lineament thing. So this is also tied to your phoenix. This will come alongside your phoenix. So once you've properly settled into this new you and this new life, because I said for you it was more all-encompassing. It was not just love life, and it was not just work life. It was everything. So it's all tied together. But this comes once those things are actually in place. So that might be why I'm also sensing the whole, like, the quicker you work, the quicker you receive. But I'm not telling you to, like, cut corners at all. Okay, let's just see what the last card is then. This is supposed to have a pyramid or like a last card like that shapes the pyramid upside down. I know, it's really cool. You can't see it though, sadly. Anywho, let's see here. Last card for this collective. Nope, didn't come out. Whoa, okay, that was like... that jumped all over the place. But also, important, I have this tiny cool little thing here. It's like a tiny cup, right? And it literally does represent the cups in tarot, because I love that. And it's also gorgeous, look at it. It has like roses and Can you even see that? But it does have roses on it. Yeah, look at that. So it has like roses and like some things, and it's white and gold, and it's really cool. And this one represents the Ace of Cups. So that's a new emotional, for me, adventure story and beginning. But also for you, because, your card hit it. I'll show you what the card was afterwards. Just bear with me, okay? So we have the Ace of Cups here. You're getting something new. It's a completely new start. But you didn't just get that, you see. You also got this one. Wait. So it's a tiny coin, right? And it literally does look like the Pentacles. So this is the Ace of Pentacles in physical manifestation. So it's all about physical manifestation for you as well. Yeah, you're moving everything out of your head and into your... I'm sorry, I was quoting my own song in my head. I'm not saying that out loud, actually. Because then I'm not sure I can publish it. I'm going to say it anyways, because I can't not say it. Okay, so it's like out of my head and into my bed. It's a lyric thing. Okay, it's a song. It makes quite a lot of sense in that. But it might also be relevant for this collective, because it was the whole, like, the passion thing. And the Phoenix moment that we talked about. It actually makes lots of sense. That is the only reason I shared it. Because the song is not done. No, it is. Yes, it is. Of course it is. Huh. Yeah, it is. Anywho. So you have this as well. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So you also get this new, abundant beginning. But it's all about like the material manifestation of... I'm going to say, since you have the Northern Star here, it's everything that you might have ever wanted. Yeah, I think you're going to be very happy. Both like emotionally and like the life that you'll end up living. Because you got this. So you got both of them. But that was not your card, right? Because your card was this, and it did come out upside down, but it was like twirling all around. So for me, it is you're cutting away, because we talked about this in the previous collective, and it was a very important aspect for the previous collective to move forward and not give up all of their wish fulfillment. This is you cutting away what does not serve. And you're doing that so that, and it's like, it's all of the old stuff. Also, again, physically manifested, because like it actually existed in your actual physical reality. Because otherwise, why would it be landing on physical stuff, right? My logic is so strong. I'm sticking to it. So you have been cutting away stuff that no longer was in alignment with you. It wasn't that it was bad, and it wasn't that whatever you're moving into is so much better, but it is for you, but not as a general thing. So you removed all of that, and now the other stuff can grow. It's almost like removing weeds, actually. And I was talking with my grandmother about that not too long ago. That might be relevant, important in some sort of way for the right collective. But yeah, so because of that, all of this new stuff is now, it will grow so long as you keep on walking down, but you have to keep a focus on the physical. Yeah, you do. It's not just up here. You can store your hope, and you can store your plans, and you can store your whatnot up here. Dreams and all of that. I mean, do share them. That's just good. We get what we talk about. If it's positive, if it's negative, it really doesn't matter. We get what we talk about, right? Because the world starts aligning around it. Also what we think about, and also what we truly actually feel, like in our subconsciousness. But I want to, because we already know this. Like, you're going to get whatever it is that you want. You're following your North Star, and you get emotional depth, and you get something that fits you. You get abundance. You get, like, in all senses and shapes and forms and whatnot. You're heading towards something gorgeous. A really great chapter in your life. But I kind of want to know, what does that... What should you be looking up for? No, looking out for. So then we're going to do both then. What should you be looking out for? No, we're going to use these. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go back to the Shuffle Tarot. Because what could trip you up here? Intuitively, I'm sensing getting stuck in your mind, starting to, like, falter, or whatever. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's the... you've chosen one path, but then you're, like, going back and forth, kind of. I think there's a word for it. Doesn't matter. Oh, that one fell out. No, that was, like, lots of cards. I'm not sure I wanna... No. No. Nope, nope. If you want, then give it a bit more structured, at least. And then I will read those cards. But it did fall on top of your... It was 3. It was 3 cards, and it fell on top of your cross. And I did not feel inclined to actually look at the cards, but it might be something to do with your cross and the number 3. That might resonate for some within this right collective. And it might also not resonate. Probably it will resonate with some, and probably not with others, which is okay. That is not one of those details that need to fit, it seems. But okay, let's just see. What could trip you up? And it is connected to what could trip you up. So it's still connected to your cross, the thing that you're carrying with you. When it is 3, then usually in tarot, I'm also thinking like more people, because it's this social number. It usually indicates more people, like maybe an extra teacher, maybe an extra lover, maybe an extra something. Like there's something extra with the 3. Yeah. Okay. But it could also be the amount 3 specifically. That's saying or not telling you or not telling you something. Anywho, let's see. What could trip you up? In the energy that you're in, the right collective right now, what could trip you up? And there we have it. Queen of Wands upside down. Okay. I just want to see if there's something more popping out. Because that indicates either a person, specifically, that's very manipulative. Queen of Swords. There's a feminine energy that could trip you up. Wait a second. Whoa, no, it didn't actually fall out. I could trip this collective up, specifically. It's in the energy that they're in right here and right now. What could trip them up? It's right collective. There's an individual that could trip you up. This individual is in feminine energy. And they're not a very amazing energy right now around you, for you at least. Because this is like, you. Okay, so first you got the Queen of Wands upside down, right? Here we have it. And then you got the Queen of Swords upside down also. But, haha, this Queen of Swords is in the environment of the Queen of Pentacles. And this individual, the Queen of Wands, to me, this very much looks like the Queen of Swords home steed thing, whatever. So you did get 3 queens. So 3. 3 might be an important number, also 3, because first you got 3 cards and then you got the 3 queens. But you got it in just 2 cards. So hey, you got 1 for price of, no, you got 3 for the price of 2. You're so lucky. Yeah. This isn't great. this isn't great at all. So the person, because it's a person and their energy that could trip you off, is a person that is not good for your pentacles. And the worst part is that that's not even the most like obvious thing about them. Like, it's there, you will know this, this is not news for the right collective, this is true, but it's not even the most in-your-face thing, but they are affecting your physical abundance, but also your physical space, kind of. And it's not the most in-your-face aspect about them, because we only have the background, sort of. I'm also sensing that this individual should have been all of these like queens' most healed and beautiful traits, which would be, you know, this way around. And then she would have been very good, like, not she, but like this feminine energy would then have been very good for your abundant path. But they are not. And they have not been. And they could want to trip you up. And then they are also manipulative in the sense that they know how to use both their sexuality and their words and their like fiery aspects to their personality. So it's like I'm thinking also drama had them, because like both of these energies can be very manipulative, which will bring with them drama, but it's not that. This is very direct. This is a person that can deceive with their words and say one thing and then like... And they're also very detached. That's also a thing. You did not get the cups. So you didn't get the cups and you got all of the other queens, but you also got the Queen of Swords. So there is like, this is like for the like, this is very close to the last collective. I'm sorry, but it very much is. They're emotionally unavailable to some degree, because they're not even connected with the cup set. There's not even that. So they will not be behaving empathetically. They see their wants and needs and whatnot in all aspects, and they feel entitled to it, and they will do what they need to do to get it. And if this is the energy that could trip you up, well, then I suppose that also means this is the energy that doesn't want you to follow your northern star. So, yeah, tripping you up is kind of more... They would do that if it serves them, and it doesn't have to actually serve them, but it just feels like it to them, sort of. And they feel entitled to do that with the Queen of Swords because of the entitlement. And they also feel entitled to use whatever means are necessary to do so, and they will. I've never asked that question before in a love reading or whatnot. What could trip you up? So that is highly important in this collective reading. So that's what could trip you up. How should you be facing this queen then? We'll continue with these actually. Okay, that could trip you up. How should you be facing this queen? This feminine energy. It's not that this individual is cruel or mean, or like they might be towards you or others. Like they could be. That's not what I'm saying either. I'm just saying, like, what I'm sensing here is mostly just being extremely self-entitled and also unaware. It's more like whatever they do, they don't do... Their motivation is not to ruin you. It's not to... It's not to hinder you from following your Northern Star. It is... You're not part of the equation. It's for them. It's because they want to keep things as they are, I'm sensing. But it's... This doesn't have to be a lover, by the way. Like, it doesn't have to. It could be a mother energy as well. Or like a motherly energy. It could also be a friend. Like, but it's a feminine energy. The specific relation I can't truthfully sense. But the point is, they're not rude or not even rude they are, but it's their motivation isn't to ruin. Their motivation is actually to preserve. But it is solely focused on themselves, and it is not at all focused on what's best for either you or them. It's about not changing. It's about that they had a thought in their head. I often use this because it's the thing that a child can have, like a very, very young child can have like a thought in their head. So it's like an image that they had in their head, and then when things do not pawn out as they wanted it to pawn out, then they throw a tantrum. And I'm saying this for a reason. And that tantrum, like, it doesn't have to be fall down on the floor and like laying there, whatever that thing, screaming and kicking and whatnot. There are other ways to throw a tantrum. You're also doing it when you're like, nah, I don't want to anymore. I don't want to. Nope, I should have done that like 15 minutes ago then. I'm doing this from a child's perspective now, but it's supposed to be an adult, like an adult feminine energy. But that's also throwing a tantrum. Like, there are different ways of attacking this. And it can also be the whole, like, almost denying. That's throwing a tantrum as well. It's like, no, I didn't do that. No, that's not what I did. Nope, didn't happen. Like, and different versions of that. Like, you get my point here. It could be a lot, and it probably is also. And there is a reason for me bringing this up. Most definitely, you've probably been experiencing some sort of like tantrum episodes or also tactics. And we should all know that we can all also be doing this, okay? So we notice ourselves and then we work on ourselves. But this individual does not notice themselves, and they do not work on themselves, not actually. I do not sense that at all. It's not, again, because they're trying to be like, I don't know, uncool individuals. They don't view themselves as that. If anything, it's like they view themselves as correct. So, of course, the world should be doing what is correct. And what is correct is kind of what they expected the world to be doing. Because that felt good in their body. Or at least it didn't feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Okay, but let's just see. How are you supposed to be like this right collective? How are you supposed to be approaching this situation? Like, how do you get out of this or move away from this? Let's just see what the cards are saying. Oh, whoa, okay, that came out quite quickly. I'm going to have to, like, wait a sec. It's like, there's nothing. Okay, like so. Here. So this is the Page of Wands, right? But this is the Sun card. Or like the Sun card child who is out on adventure, and he has his white horse with him, and there are like sunflowers, and it's a new adventure, right? You're starting a new adventure, and you are meeting it very open, completely open. No, but you're meeting it without any like armor, is what I'm sensing. Okay. Yes. As I also mentioned motherly energy, and this is the child. You're breaking free. Okay, what I'm sensing here is specifically for you, actually, and this is mindset. You should be viewing the energy trying to trip you up. You should be viewing that as, oh my god, I don't have any electricity left, any juice left. Okay, in that case, that means we're narrowing in here. So, this will be the last card. That's the reason for everything. And it's 5%, so you're probably a bit tired now. Or something like that. Point being this. I'll do this quickly. You should be viewing what you're facing with this individual as you breaking free from a child, breaking free from the mother, right? You're leaving the nest, but this mother figure doesn't want you to leave. So you need to just carry on, but be understanding, be empathetic, basically. Continue on with this very exciting new adventure, because it's going to be glorious. You're going to have so much fun. You're going to find yourself. You're going to be, it's like a young adult's story all over again for you. You're getting all of that. And you're going to get it in a way that actually fits you this time. You're going to be receiving what you actually want this time. But you just need to break free from this motherly, feminine figure energy thing. So keep on doing what you're doing, because you were already in the right mindset. Keep on walking. You're making it physical, okay? You're physicalizing this. You're actually putting this into action. You're actually putting this into your world. And I know that you can do this, but you have to just be strong. Your cause, or rather, your cross, their cross is not yours to carry. And no one else's as well. That's it. I need to, because this phone is dying now. So I'm going to charge this, and I might be doing another reading as well. But anyways, this has been your reading. If you liked it, great. Follow on all of those things if you feel called to it.